Right, as liberals and conservatives spin the special counsel's principal findings, let's talk with our panel to learn how this is all shaping the political world right now. Joined by Buck Sexton, former CIA analyst and host of The Buck Sexton Show, and Jammu Green, former Hillary Clinton advisor and Fox News contributor. Great to have both of you with us today.
Hey, Shannon.
Hi, Shannon.
Okay, so I want to talk about a couple of polls. Let's put up this first Fox News poll about whether or not the Mueller Russia investigation is viewed as legitimate or not. There are more people, 49% who say legitimate versus 39% who say bogus. So, Jammu, if they have confidence in Mueller, he says there's no collusion. Will that end this question of collusion for those on the left or the president's critics who believed it was there?
Well, there's no doubt, Shannon, that this is a victory for President Trump, and it is a victory for America. And if my colleagues on the left can't say that or recognize it, then that's a problem, because we don't want Americans colluding with a hostile government. That being said, there is also another victor here, and that is Vladimir Putin himself. Everything he set out to do within weeks of Donald Trump announcing his candidacy, he was successful in doing, in attacking our democracy, in attacking the trust, eroding the trust in our law enforcement agencies, our intelligence agencies. And so just like there's no doubt President Trump was exonerated on collusion, through the words of Attorney General Barr, they are celebrating in Moscow, and that is not good for America. So we win on one hand, but we lose on the other when we have exemplary public servants, like Chris Darwalt told you minutes ago, explained beautifully. Robert Mueller is one of those exemplary public servants, and he has been dragged through the mud. Our agencies have been dragged through the mud in the attempt by this president to undermine this investigation.
Okay, let me
we need these agencies to be strong.
Yeah, Buck, I think we all agree that you want to have public confidence for the American people in these agencies, but does some of this now prove what the president's narrative has been all along, that there was nothing there, that there were people who acted improperly in launching this entire investigation, many of them thinking that Hillary Clinton would win and they maybe wouldn't have to answer for some of these things?
Absolutely. I mean, President Trump is taking a much-deserved victory lap today. Everyone in the White House, and honestly, everybody who voted for him and knew that for the past 2 years, this was a mass delusion. I mean, the evidence was never there. People were always getting well ahead of the facts on this one. The partisanship couldn't have been any more obvious. And if you're looking for who the losers are today, yes, absolutely, much of the mainstream media should hang its heads in shame, as was said before. That's absolutely true. But also the intelligence agencies, one of which I used to be a member of myself, they came out as at the top level, not the rank and file, at the top level, playing host to a cabal of former Obama administration officials who were using their power, using their access to try and thwart a presidency and honestly to stop a presidential election, too. So that really raises a lot of very troubling questions. The conduct at the FBI, the conduct at the DOJ and at the CIA at the very top level was horrendous. And we've seen this now. We need more answers. There are a lot of questions now about how we got to this place, Shannon. I want radical transparency about the origin memos of the investigation. I want to know what was shown to the FISA court to the extent that we can see it, because there was obviously foul play. So while it's a day of exultation in some way, there's also, I think, an understandable outrage that a lot of Americans should feel that we even got to this point and we're put through 2 years of this absolute insanity.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how much of that was contained within the Mueller investigation, as there are demands for all of it to be released, how much of it we all get to see as the Attorney General promises that is forthcoming as quickly as he can possibly humanly get it done. Buck and Jammu, thank you for weighing in on the political considerations here.